Today we have a win con that is not only unique, but very close to unstoppable. For a lot of our opponents, it's just a matter of time while they have to watch us collect enough gates to simply end the game. Believe me when I say they never see this coming. Guys, we've got an absolutely spicy list for you today, but this one is right on the edge of qualifying for Do Not Try This at Home series, which is a deck list that, I don't want you guys going out and wasting wildcards on because it is very, very close to a pretty competitive build, but there's one inherent issue with this deck that's pretty glaring that I want to get into in a minute. But this deck list works off of a win con that nobody seems to be able to stop unless they're running a demolition field, because our win con today is actually a land. It's Maze's End. It's a card that wants to assemble all 10 guild gates, and if you can do that, you win the game. It's a very simple effect, it's very easy to do, and it's very, very hard to stop if you're an opponent, because again, you need like some sort of land destruction if you're going to stop it. Now, our deck list is a control deck, of course, because we need to make sure we're going long enough into the game to pull this off. So we got a lot of control pieces, a lot of good early game with the life gain. We're trying to gain life, we're trying to seam rip stuff off the field. That way we're gaining that life and trying to, again, staying alive against like mono red, those fast decks like Is It, things like that, mono green. We've also got a ton of sweepers, Day of Judgment, and we also have a full play set of Star Cage. We also have 2 Ultimas, so we're sweeper heavy. We're trying to answer everything. The Ultimas are very crucial for the Simulacrum Synthesizer matchup, but the key cards in this deck are going to be things like the route. The route here is going to allow us to draw 2 guild gates out of our deck onto the battlefield, which is really clutch in the late game. You're going to see how amazing this card can be, because this is where it's going to speed up your win con, exponentially. But Spelunking, this is the MVP. This is the one card that if you don't have in your hand or can't find, your deck is probably going to not do very well, because most of the win cons today are like turn 4 in meta and standard meta right now, best of 1 at least. And if you don't have a Spelunking down, your lands are going to continuously come onto the battlefield tapped. Now that's a big issue, because that's going to set you 1 turn behind the opponent perpetually, because your lands are constantly coming in tapped, and it's very hard to deal with that. There are some lands in our deck that come in untapped, but for the most part, almost all of them are guild gates, so you're gonna need that Spelunking, because of the ability to come in untapped is huge. I did throw in 2 Ugins on the top end of this deck as well. The exiling effect on anything is really, really strong. Also the life gain, card draw, it's just a really powerful planeswalker. So I think you guys are gonna enjoy this one. We had a lot of pretty good games. The slow lands make this deck really hard to compete with, but if you got the Spelunking down, you guys are going to see absolutely how easy it is to pull off some of the, most interesting sort of win cons you can. But anyways, we're going to jump into the games. I hope you guys enjoy this. We'll see you at the end. Peace. All right, we got the opponent going first, and we have an okay hand. We got a lot of good early game answers with the gate of choice, but I don't think that's the smartest keep. I think we can do a little bit better. All right, that's much better actually. And we might be up against Kona, which that would really stink, but at least I have a counter spell, right? Okay, it definitely doesn't seem like Kona anymore. I wouldn't mind actually seam ripping this. Little D-ramp action here. I have no idea what we're playing against right now, so let's just lock in and keep our wits about us. I don't love the Terminus here too. Okay, so we're doing something with Battlefront, so a lot of cheap small things. Hopefully the Star Cage can grab some of them, but my guess is a lot of enchantment stuff. Getting pretty lucky here with my land drops coming. There we go. Yes. Another Battlefront's crazy good. Okay, I was this close to getting Ultima. I should have done it, because that makes perfect sense as to why they ran what they ran. I don't know why I didn't think it was a synthesizer build, but I should have. Darn it, man. So Star Cage is not bad. It can steal some of the smaller artifacts, of course, but doesn't really matter though. When they get going here, it's gonna be tough. I had a chance to grab Ultima too. They're both at the bottom. There's no way. Bottom.
X's on this, put this in the bottom. Those hand, put the rest in the bottom of your library. Everything's bottom of library, which means there's not going to be a reshuffle happening here. So if both my Ultimas are at the bottom of my deck, what I think I need to do just out of necessity here is actually reshuffle my deck, right? To get those cards back into the deck in a spot that I could potentially grab them. That's my only real strong position here, I feel like, of finding an Ultima. Man, this is so unlucky because I had a chance. I had the opportunity here to prevent anything super crazy happening, but unfortunately I just didn't. I misread it. I misread it because I haven't seen anybody playing the Esper versions of this deck yet. I mean, this is actually really solid. What if I go Ugin, get back Seam Rip, take this? That seems pretty weak though, right? I really got to get to that Ultima. I have to get to that Ultima. So Star Cage first. That's a necessity. Then stock up. That's a really good card for the matchup. And I think I really want to try again at the potential Ultima hit. Man, they got me stressed out over here, brother. Well, if they sack any of these things on the field, that's a big win for us. Beseech the Mirror to go find a permanent of their choice. It's going to be... Oh, Fire Crystal, that's fine. That doesn't do them any good this turn. That does them no good yet. Seam Rip, getting that back, or like, again, I just feel like I really want to get the Ugin down here, but I feel like that's not very smart. Man, I really wish I can go back in time and fix all of my problems. What if I take out the Simulacrum? I have no idea what the right play is here, guys. I think the right play actually is Ugin. Hear me out. I think Ugin's the play, and we take our Seam Rip back. And the reason why is because I could take this one off the field, right? Which buys me an entirely new turn here, because what's going to end up happening is, you know, they're going to put some more bodies on the field, but that's going to take an entire turn. They're going to come in tapped because of consoles, and I'm chilling. So I think I just gave myself one additional land there, and Ugin on the field for an additional card draw or two, and giving my chance at another Ultima. Okay. Taking the authority of consoles, but that still gets me. I still get it on the field tapped here, which is great. They didn't take the Ugin too, which is cool. I get one additional card. Anything that can get me closer to that Ultima, I'll take it. I'm just a little bit stressed out about the mana, right? Because if I 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Ugin. Well, actually, Ugin could give me additional mana for this instead of stock up. So I can go 8 cards deep instead of how many? 5 cards deep? Blue. Blue. Additional mana. Oh, no Ultima, man. Ugh, brutal. Brutal, brutal, brutal. Okay, Authority of Consoles. And what else? Did I play a land this turn? I played a land this turn, didn't I? No? This is tricky. I have another sweeper in hand, which I can run out right now, but I probably should get another backup sweeper, right? In case I whiff on the next turn. Yeah, probably. Authority Consoles. 1, 2, wait, 1, 2, 3, and then leaves me with 3 mana open to do what? Nothing, because the mana colors are off and wrong. So in that case, I guess we'll just do this then. Doesn't matter. It literally does not matter. Okay, star charts we'll probably do for 2 on this turn, so I can just go grab again another Ultima potentially. Okay, so we know it's on the top half of our deck at this point, right? And they're gonna again grab the consoles, I would imagine, and then they still don't have the ability though to get a bunch of bodies with haste. Wait, why did it trigger after? Why did it trigger after the fact? That's weird. It should have gave the life and came and tapped, right? Weird. Weird, but I'm still good. All right, here we go. Oh my gosh, you're joking. Brother, you're joking, right? Stock up. Stock up, make sure it taps the right lands. That's fine. Are we dead serious? I guess we're serious. We're as serious as a heart attack, apparently. Okay, so, oh man, you're killing me, dude. Let's get this down. Let's Star Cage. Yikes. Well, there are 2 Ultimas in this deck. I just don't know where they're at. They have to be before the Selesnya. These top, what, like 5 or 6 cards here, or 7, probably 8 cards. There's only 8 more cards that it could be in, right? So we should be able to find it. I haven't even been able to have a second to even think about getting my gates because I'm under so much pressure from the Simulacrum, but I hope that once I Ultima, we'll be fine. We honestly probably Ultima and the opponent probably is going to end up conceding, but it is what it is. I'll get 3 consoles and a Spelunking back too the moment I Ultima, which is fire. Opponent looks like they're just going to copy their Simulacrum. Oh, or their Snare. That makes sense too. They get the most value out of that, it appears. All right, see, it comes in tap this time and I gain life. Why did it not do that last time? I must have missed something. Okay. They can't really sacrifice anything here. Yeah, there's nothing for them really to sacrifice. I don't know why they paid life for that land. I mean, they could play a 2-drop. That's a possibility for sure, but... Okay, you're gonna get another Fire Crystal? Do you have another Fire Crystal? Oh, that makes sense. That does make sense. Going for Ugin now. Oh, sheesh. Okay. Too little too late, I think. But I think they're afraid of the ultimate. But there's really nothing that the ultimate could have gotten us any better than what we've already gotten. Thank you. Jeez. Reshuffling my deck for no reason, apparently, because Ultima was still at the bottom. All right, they're going to get these back. We do have to remember that. And we got to remember we do end the turn. So let's make sure we maximize this turn. Gain some life. That guild gate's already on the field, so there's really no reason to put that down. If I do this, still have plenty of mana. Let's do that. Now we're really looking to win the game here. We actually might be able to just win the game. Can you imagine that? After all that nonsense, we just win the game here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it again. 2 more lands. I think we just won the game without the Ultima. Brother. No shot, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we just win the game. After all of that. Oh my gosh. I didn't even need the Ultima, guys. I didn't even need the Ultima. I dug for the Ultima for 20 turns just to win without it. Goodness, man. Goodness. Okay, our opening hand. What do we think? We have a lot of sweepers. Ultima in hand this time. I think we have to pass on this one. It really depends on the matchup. It could have been the absolute best hand ever. We just don't know. We keep this though. Ugin definitely goes. Authority of Consoles may be good right away. Curving into the cage could be solid though too. I'm gonna just play the Guild Gate and hope that we top deck a Spelunking at some point here. Obviously Spelunking so good with this deck. That's like the one card we need all the time. Maze's End. Not bad. We're curving out pretty nicely here, which is pretty rare. That's the one downside to this deck, is the curve outs are really, really bad a lot of the times. And it's the Jeskai control player. It most likely, I mean, it could definitely be, it could be the same matchup again, of course, though, too. I am gonna play the town. Say go. Opponent seems pretty confused. I would be too if I were them. All right, so the blowing up my consoles makes me feel like it might be Synthesizer, but Synthesizer almost never runs to get lost either, so it would be a seam rip that they'd be, or not a seam rip, it'd be a snare if that's what they were doing. Interesting. Can I get a Spelunking for you, boy? Maybe, maybe not. No more lies. Interesting. I think I'm gonna take... Yeah, I think I'll take it. Sure. Good enough. All right. I mean, it's basically going to become a race here. It's going to be my lands versus whatever it is they're trying to do for output of damage like that. That's pretty bad. I've got to try to get them before they get us here with our lands, because they're not going to be able to stop our win con. They're just not. Unless they have Demolition Field, which I don't think they will. I've run into this matchup a couple of times now, and I don't think they're going to be able to stop us from getting our win con. But our win con is very, very slow comparatively to, to normal sort of games we have where we have Spelunking down and we're kind of popping off. That's a counter for sure. No shot. I'm letting you have that. There we go. That's massive, actually. Hold on, because this is a guild gate we need. Oh, this is huge. This is huge. Let's go. That was a massive, massive hit there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in my hand. Still, that's a lot of turns I got to make it before it's over. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I'm going to go for it. It is what it is. They just can't stop it. And again, Demolition Field's their only hope. And even if they get Demolition Field, they have to pick the right land. They have to. Which is really, obviously, impossible for them to know for sure what that land would be. Okay, well, seeing we have to wait a turn, let's at least try to resolve this, maybe. Yeah, I figured as much. Is it 3 steps ahead, though? Exhale, okay. Oh, they have a dragon. Okay, let's make sure that dragon enters tapped. That's still very scary, though, that dragon. Hopefully they just play it for card draw and they make the mistake of not pressuring me. They do draw cards. Okay, that's really good. I don't want any sort of creatures on the field pressuring me, because all I have is a Star Cage, and that's not good enough for the creatures that they run. So the less pressure and damage being pumped out here, the better. Draw as many cards as you want. Just don't play a creature. Shiko. Seam Rip is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands. We're about to be at 8. Okay. It's too slow, man. We're too slow. 8. Have 2 more to go. 2 more to go. Let's take this and say go. I have the authority, hopefully, to slow him down. I'm really stressed out, though. Because the opponent could easily play Jeskai Revelation, which deals 4 damage to my face, creates 2 prowess creatures, and, they can run us over pretty fast. So I really hate this matchup, and I've gotten it so many times now with this deck, pre-recording, of course, but we've won about 50 to 60% of them, I would say. And it's thanks to the fact I can't engage with my lands. That's kind of the beauty of playing against playing against control players, is that they typically can engage with everything except for your lands. That's annoying. I forgot that that card could bounce those back, but that's okay. We can Star Cage the field. That slows me down quite a bit, actually. It's annoying. But all they did was gain me some life for now. What else you got for me, pal? Oh, they're touching my lands again. Stop touching my lands. Yeah, count them up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About to be 9. You never know, too. I could get super lucky. There's the potential that I could draw one of the gates that I need right here now. Also, I could draw my ramp spell. Those two things would win me the game on the spot. But the opponent doesn't even want to see it. They have no answer. They're like, yeah, I see the writing on the wall. We've got some early game answers for sure. We have the ability to play stock up if we hit a land, so sure, I guess we keep it. We'll see. Okay, this might be good. We have Rest in Peace against potentially Reanimation. I really hope that's the case. Oh, another one too. Beautiful. What is this card? Destroy all creatures of toughness X or less. Okay, well, this is not what I thought it was. Of course it's not. Of course we didn't have the right cards for this. We thought we did. Well, Golgari ramping up here means that they're probably just running like Ugin on the top end. Definitely a possibility. Let's go with blue, pay the life. Perfect, and sure. No gates, but at least I've got the ramp spell. This is a card, by the way, that I thought about running myself. Could be pretty good for our deck. You never know. Let's go green or white. Let's go white. Pay life, ramp up, Azorius, and we've already got both of those. Yeah, we do. Where's off? Okay, so we could Ultima. There's not going to be any counter spells from the opponent, so should be good. Oh no. Oh no. There's no way they know it's Maze's End, right? Could it be? Could they one-shot us with the Maze's End call? They're Googling it. I know they are. They're so Googling the name of the card. They are Googling the name of the card that I need. Oh no. I've been there. I've done it. Golgari's Guildgate. Okay, well, that's enough to win. They got us. They got us, unfortunately. Is there any other way I can pull out a win here without that? No, I don't think there is. Good game. Vendetta. Who knew Vendetta was going to be the one card here that gets us? Such weird matchups, man. Such weird games. I want to see a meta deck. I want to go against something more meta. Man, how did we run into a deck like that? That's crazy. I mean, respect. It is what it is, but I just, sometimes I can't believe it. That's like a 1% chance to run into somebody playing Vendetta, and it just happens, man. It just happens sometimes. I do have a really good curve out with this hand, though. This hand looks spicy with the counter magic and stuff. 2 blue sources. 2 blue sources with the Aerialist, huh? You know what? I can actually utilize the Seam Rip pretty well against the Aerialist. Let's let that resolve. Let's Seam Rip that. I wish I could hold my counter magic open though, but oh well. The Aerialist in mono blue though is so weird. What is that about? Are we flyers? It could be birds and like flyers and stuff. Yeah, Azorius flyers or whatever. But why the aerialist? I get it flies, but you have to target it with an aura first. There are Azorius enchantment decks like auras and stuff. Again, though, why are we getting such weird matchups here? Really wish we could just get something that I'm aware of what's going on. All right, we got to get to this Ultima quickly. Quickly. Spelunking and the Azorius land seems pretty solid. Okay, one more land and I can Ultima. But we're going to take a pretty big beating here, I think, for the next couple of turns. Unless we get like a Star Cage or something, that'd be nice. Could be nice. It's funny, my son just started boxing lessons. He's been obsessed with like wanting to box, so we finally got him into some boxing lessons, and I can hear him hitting the pads out there with his mom. He is obsessed right now. We got the land. We did, in fact, get the land. So I can counter something next turn, hopefully keep me alive long enough here to do what I need to do. Both of these gates are great. All right, so counter, Ultima, and then hopefully we get back on track here. That's the plan. Taking 6-7 damage here, though. 6-7 damage. I don't know. Man, I can't wait till this video's over, only because I'm gonna make some ramen. I'm gonna make some bomb spicy ramen. Maybe boil an egg or something with some chicken. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be a nice dinner. Getting cold outside, finally a little bit, kind of, not really. I mean, I'm in Arizona, so it's not really ever cold outside, but it's cold enough that it'll make the spicy ramen taste better for sure. Okay, finally they make a play. After deliberating for about an hour, they make their move. Yeah, I don't want to do that right away. Let's see what I want to do first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so yeah, I guess I will want to do this right away. Unless I want to try to fish out a land for 2 mana here. 6 cards deep, you would think you can get a land, right? Yeah, I think that's the move. The Mirror Guildgate. Need it. Need it. Boom. See you later, alligator. See ya later, alligator. Why are you looking at my spelunking, man? 1, 2, 3, 4 lands that I've got out there. I've got a long way to go, unfortunately. But at least it's up against something, again, like I said, more meta, which is kind of what we were prepared for, right? We were prepared for more meta. We've got the seam rips, we got the consoles, we got, you know, sweepers. So more like mono green, you know, mono white auras. These are things that we should be able to combat a little bit because we are running answers for these things. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Seam rip, that's an answer for that. And then Maze's End, is that what we want? I mean, probably not. These would go to the bottom of my deck though. I kind of need to get this, don't I? Yeah, I kind of need to get it. All right, let's just counter the next spell that they cast. I could run the Spelunking out, but I think I'm just going to counter their next creature. Answering their creatures on time is kind of the important thing here. Are they going to Seam Rip that? Really? They could pay for the mana for it too. Wait, what? I don't have the right mana? Oh, I don't have the right mana for the counter. I played the wrong land. You bozo. You bozo, you played the wrong land. And now you get punished for it. Oh, come on, auto tapper. You're always doing me dirty. Perfect. I take that back. You're cool with me, auto tapper and shuffler. We're all cool here, right? Now, I don't know if the opponent oops me because they were like talking trash or what, but they probably shouldn't have done that. Not until they seen the sweeper. All right. Still looking at my enchantments here as if they got like a get lost or something. I don't know. All right, I still got a seam rip. Easy answer on the glimmer. Little glimmer guy. Gotta keep an eye on my auto tapper here. Okay, we'll take the Boros Guild Gate because we need it. We'll take a consult to stars. We'll seam rip your little glimmer. Take away any glimmer of hope you may have had for this game and say go. I really hope you're running a demolition field, my friend. Man, I'm in a trash talking mood. I'm sorry, guys. What do we want? Authority of Consuls is pretty good, I think. I need to start gaining some of this life back. It's got me spooked a little bit on how things are going. How many? I should probably check and see how many I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we need quite a few. I'm gonna pass the turn. Hold my counter spells open. Maybe activate the Maze's End. All right. I think this game is a foregone conclusion, but you never know. This is a much, much more comfortable game though, man. I don't know why it's so hard sometimes when you build a deck to get the matchups that you built your deck to get, but... All right, here we go. Let's do it again. Let's spelunking. Let's do it again. And we're one away. One away. So close, man. We're so close. We gain 2. All right, so what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we just need to get the Maze's End down and we win the game here. A little bit of a slow one here, though, unfortunately, with the opponent's tempoing of this game, but it is what it is. We win the game nonetheless. We get our final gate. The gate's closing on you, my friend. GG's. That was sweet. I love the Maze's End wins, man. It's always really nice when you actually pull it off. It's so much fun. Okay, this will be our last game. Our hand is so dicey, brother. I think we keep it, though. Here's the deal. If I can't find a green source for the spelunking, Maze's End will be able to find it. So let's roll. Not a green source. And we're up against, unfortunately, Izzet, which is not a good matchup, I don't think. I think Izzet's going to be tough. They put on a lot of pressure. There's a lot of things I can't really do anything about, like the... well, I've got Ultima, so I guess I could technically answer the... what is it called? The... oh my goodness. Monuments, but outside of the Ultima, can't really let these things like the talent resolve. I mean, talent resolving is really brutal. Grand on the field. That's going to be such a cost reduction for them going forward on everything. All right. Maze's End, so I can hopefully find a green source. Yeah, this deck is definitely hit or miss. I feel like it's a really good control deck, and like we're holding our own in a lot of these matchups and stuff, and it feels really good. But man, when there are problems with the mana, or like, you know, issues with certain matchups, like you really feel it. You really feel it. Control's just really tough right now to find something that works like a really good shell. Because there's just too many things that you have to answer, too many issues, and they're so vastly different from one another. Man, the opponent just not engaging at all. My counter spells are essentially worthless right now. Man, this is probably gonna get countered. No! I gotta hit him with that Darth Vader no, man. Oh my gosh. And then accumulate wisdom right on time. Draw another fresh 3 cards. Yeah, I mean, it's the best deck in standard. What can you do? I don't know. Again, I think I think we thrive against a lot of the aggro stuff and a lot of the mid-rangey type stuff, but man, this weird nonsensey sort of, is it discard everything, draw a bunch of cards, burn you out, get everything cheap, play a million spells in a single turn. It's tough to beat. Now, there is a way that you could probably combat this matchup if you run something like High Noon. High Noon would actually be a pretty good candidate for this deck because we are Bant colors, but we also splash red, of course, so we can use the ability of the High Noon. So that would shut this deck down quite a bit. The only issue with High Noon against this matchup is that they just run Boomerang basics, so they just bounce it back to your hand and then play a bunch of spells in one turn. But it would at least create some sort of friction for them and whatnot. But the early game doesn't really matter. If we can't get the Spelunking down on 3 to get our stuff in on tapped, it's going to be really difficult to kind of keep up with something this fast and low to the ground. Very cheap spells. Yeah, I don't know. We might just have to like concede this matchup for the most part. Everything else though, I mean, like Control, we're pretty unique in the sense that they can't interact with us with their counter spells and their removal spells. So a Control player, we can beat them with our lands. You know, aggressive players, mid-rangey players, we can kind of beat them with all our removal spells. It's just these weird ones, like we lost to Vendetta and now we're losing to you know, drawing and discarding tactics, which we can't really engage with as well. So fair enough. Let's do this. No, undo that. Spelunking. And let me guess, it'll quench ya. No? Sweet. How about this? It'll quench ya. Okay, not quite. You're telling me there's a chance. It's such a slim chance, but it's a chance. Oh, they still have a treasure. I didn't even realize they had mana out there still. It'll quench ya. Okay, sweet. Why? Why do that? I guess to draw and discard. And did they already hit us for 3? I think they did, right? Yeah, they're drawing a card. All right, their turn's finally over after 6 years. Man, these Izzet decks are just super annoying. The turns take so long. They get like 40 spells a turn. That's what I'm saying. High Noon. High Noon would shut this thing down. I can't believe I didn't think about this deck when I, built this. I mean, I did. At some point, I did, think about throwing in High Noon, but this is the first time I ran into this build, which is surprising. Oh, brother. Well, how you guys doing today? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Sorry, no video yesterday. Obviously, Christmas. I'm actually recording this on Christmas Eve, so I can have Christmas with the family. So, hope you guys had a fantastic Christmas. And to my future or past me, I guess, past me. And then happy holidays to everyone, who celebrates other things. That's also awesome. And I hope you guys have just a wonderful holiday with family and friends and stuff. 17 cards left. Hey, maybe they deck themselves. You never know. I doubt it, though. All it takes is a couple monuments, and they can start burning me out quite effectively. So, should we just concede? Should we call it here? Should the video just end here? I think it should, right? We should probably just end the video here. I mean, realistically, what am I going to do going forward? I mean, they don't have another monument, though. It's like kind of giving me hope, It's kind of giving me some hope here. What if their last 3 cards in their deck are monument? Then I have a shot. Another card being drawn. Realistically, they only have like 1 more turn before they draw themselves out. So that's pretty sweet. Let's start with this. Uggin's cool. Not that I think we're gonna get a chance to cast it or anything. Seam Rip's pretty cool. We'll take Grand. Anything that deals damage to me. I mean, it's the same sort of thing as talent, right? They're getting the cost reduction on everything. Are they really gonna burn themselves out again to draw more cards? They are. Wow. Savage, man. Absolutely savage. Dealing 3 damage to me, I'm assuming, right? Drawing more cards. I'm so confused. I like it though. I like it. Man, I should have maybe just held all my mana open to just like double counter the monument. Because they're going to play the monument for 3, right? And then I'm going to have to like counter it, but then they just pay the 3. How many cards left? Man, I'm actually on the edge of my seat with this one. There's no way though, right? Surely not. Because 3 damage to my face. And then the opponent's going to play assuredly 2 more monuments here, right? We counter one of them, I think, right? So that's going to be 6 damage they can deal to me. But they have to discard. I don't know, man. It's going to be close. This is actually going to be really close. Oh, brother. End the turn. I'm definitely not going to win with my mazes. I'm actually going to, or my mazes end. I'm definitely going to have to win this by surviving a self mill. Okay. So that's 6 damage this turn. It is what it is. They're not discarding yet. There it is. Maze mine. Oh, they still have 3 mana open. Oh, these cost reduct everything. I thought it was instant sorceries. It's all non-creature spells. So they got the cost reduction on both monuments for only 2. But hey, they can't cast another spell this turn. We still might get this. Nah, there's no way, right? I don't know. Oh, they get the treasures. Smart. Smart. This opponent knows ball. They know ball, that's for sure. Well, then again, they just let that go without. They need to let that. They need to let the 3rd monument resolve, which they do. I mean, if they discard, the damage resolves probably before they draw the cards, right? Yeah, they're gonna resolve all 9 damage before they draw their last card. It's 1 card left in their deck. They would have milled themselves right then and there. That was close. It was very close. Fun game. I hope you guys had fun with that one, man. I mean, gates are just a lot of fun. They're not groundbreaking or anything, but they're good. I mean, they're a really good way to win the game. A lot of people don't expect it. Very hard to interact with. So see what you guys can do with it. Let me know. But yeah, that was a fun one. Happy Friday. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. See you next time.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Fizzy, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. With the upload, man. Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap.